Hello, everyone, and thank you for clicking on another one of my videos. I am Screen Scene Guru coming at you with a new video. I'm doing a little bit something different. I'm going to start trying out some comic book reviews. I've posted about these on my Instagram already. If you're following me on Screen Scene Guru, you might have gotten a little bit of early access to seeing some of the comics that I've been reading, but I'm just going to be going over a quick, just kind of a glance over what I've been reading. Just to start off with, we've got a Wolverine comic, and this is from the 90s. This was, if I can get the title right, An Inferno of Death, Storm and Wolverine Face. And to kind of show you the cover right here, pretty cool. I like this comic. It was basically about one of these government agencies turning in an android girl into a bomb made for the Wolverine to get rid of him. And we got to see some cool character development from him. Just gonna put this off to the side real quick. Um, of him basically saying that he'll never give up on this child, whether she's real or not. There's a big thing about Aurora, sorry, Storm, for those of you that don't know her name, um, talking about how she's a construct, not a real person, that we should, ditch her and basically save the civilian populace. But Wolverine in this issue really showed his humanity for being a mutant. His humanity showed in this comic, which I liked that a lot. Um, and I just thought it was kind of cool getting into some old style comics that I haven't read in a long time. I have a big collection at my place, and I haven't read in a while, so I thought I might as well start diving in with the new year. New comics to read, right? Check them out. Um, but moving on into my second pick, we've got an issue of the Suicide Squad. Now, this is from DC Comics, and this came out, I believe, in '76. And I like this issue a lot. This dived into some of the concepts of the aftermath of an alien invasion. We got to see Rick Flag was on the run at this point, and other members of the Suicide Squad were kind of taking up the reins. We got to see a little bit of Captain Boomerang was mentioned a little bit, kind of making fun of him. And then we got to see a little bit more with Commander Waller and how she runs Task Force X, which was cool to see. They're mainly in Russia in this issue, which was kind of fascinating to see. I've got pictures on my Instagram, guys, if you want to see more in-depth details of the comics. So make sure to go on there to check it out. But that was the first two comics that I read yesterday. And then tonight I went through two more. So let's move on to those. For those, I've got a Justice League comic, which is Justice League Rebirth from 2016. I liked it very much. This was basically showing that there was sort of like celestial entities coming from space that were going to gather back the elemental forces that were taken from them, which was very interesting to see. We got to see, for instance, for those of you that have read, give you a little bit better of a shot if I can hold it up right, but that's what the issue looks like. Um, Several of the characters, for instance, the Green Lanterns lost their light. Light was taken from them, and then Flash lost his speed. Just a different take on a story like this. It kind of reminded me of, for those of you that have watched the Crisis on Infinite Earth animated movies that came out at the end of 2023, or I believe if it was last year, 2024. Reminded me very much of that with Armageddon, and the celestial kind of like entity that was annihilating universes. So that was cool to see. Going on to my last comic that I've read, um, we've got another Wolverine issue comic, and this one is titled Wolverine Against the Blade of the Yakuza. And this came out in the 90s. And kind of giving you guys a bit of a look at the cover there. And it was a really interesting read. I think they got a lot of inspiration from not only this comic in particular, but there was a certain run, a certain issues, if you will, where Wolverine was in Asia. He was in Japan, and he fought samurai and the Yakuza and other things happened that led to the making of the film Wolverine, which I believe is in 2013. And that was really cool to see. Uh, Fascinating that in this particular issue, he has a problem with his healing factor, and that becomes an issue that he has to fight um, the Yakuza while he's weakened in a weakened state. But moving on from my comic book haul that I've read, the 4 issues, the 4 comics, um, I've got some physical media to show off. So starting off, we've got, and I've also got a little bit of information I've written down on each of these titles as well. But going off of the first title I have is a DVD, and it is Hellboy, Crooked Man, or Hellboy, yeah, Hellboy the Crooked Man. And this is a 2024 release, the DVD of it. I have not watched this yet, um, but I thought this was a really cool pick to get. Um, I'm a really big fan of the franchise, and I was hearing some speculation about how this movie was done by the comic book creator. I've actually got a little bit of uh, information pulled up right here, but so yeah, the director was Brian Taylor. So if you guys remember him, Brian Taylor's done certain films, like he has done the Crank franchise with Jason Statham, which I like those 2 movies. He also did the sequel to the Ghost Rider. So he did the second Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance, with Nicolas Cage, which some people don't like that film as much as the first, right? Um, he's also done Jonah Hex for DC with Josh Brolin and Megan Fox. So we all remember that movie. That movie wasn't too particularly memorable. It was quite forgettable, actually. But moving on, he's also done Gamer with trying to remember who was in that. Was that Gerard Butler, I believe? Yeah, Gerard Butler in Gamer, when people played as you played as criminals locked up, but when they died in real life. It was kind of a interesting concept for a movie. A little bit ahead of its time, but it was good. I like that film. Um, but it looks like the latest thing he's come out with, this Brian Taylor, was Mom and Dad, which was a Nicolas Cage film again about parents going crazy and trying to kill their kids. And that was in 2017. And then now, most recently, Brian Taylor has come out and directed this Hellboy 4, Hellboy the Crooked Man, which, like I said, I haven't gotten into, um, haven't watched it yet, but it's supposed to be taking place. I guess it's a period piece, so older, back in the day, with they're going into the Appalachian kind of a superstition and horror elements of the Hellboy, which I love that. I think that's really great. Uh, it obviously looks lower budgeted than the first 3 films, but I'm not too mad about that. I like that. I think they can go further with the story that way. But moving on to my last pickup title, guys. This is the second thing that I have gotten physical media wise in the year 2025. I've got the Steelbook for Dark Crystal. Now this is the remastered transfer in the Blu-ray and the 4K. So a lot of people have been waiting for the transfer, and I'll show you what's the back image. Nice, decent film from 1982. Um, it's got on the front Jim Henson's Dark Crystal, and he was infamous for doing such work as the Muppets franchise, all of the Muppets, and he also did um, work in I want to say this in '82, and then I believe in '83 or '86 he did Labyrinth with David Bowie, and that was really what took off um, his kind of career, sort of. But he was infamous for doing animated, um, low budget projects, and that made a lot of money, and made the franchise, made the genre itself a really bigger thing, which I was glad to pick that up. I'm going to check that out probably in the next couple days. So be sure to be checking out the channel, watching for future videos to be uploaded. I do want to thank all of you for clicking on this video and watching as I collect my collection and grow my physical media. For those of you that are collecting as well, let me know what you guys think of my picks. What are you guys buying now that we're in the year 2025? I know it's a lot harder to get stuff. I'm definitely going to keep my eye out for new releases, things that aren't on streaming or might be, harder to get. But until my next video, I want to thank you all and have a good one. Alrighty. Oh, one more thing. I'm probably going to be doing a new upload of some more comic books reviews in the future. So keep an eye out for that for those of you that are interested in the comics. If you want more in-depth pictures, kind of like a dive in, check out my Instagram. It is Screen Scene Guru for those of you that are interested. But until next time, bye bye.